Hello out there. Ooh, it's it's every time I go live, I forget that the music is on and we stream the tube. Let me turn it off. All right, coming back. So I titled this. This is CRT, as in culturally responsive teaching or learning, because we've changed it, because folks were all like up in arms about CRT, CRT, or whatever. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I just did an assignment that is an activity based around identity and knowing yourself and knowing other people, because that's really what CRT is. Um, so I got a paperback, and I'm seeing something that is, I'm not laughing, but I'm a little concerned about. So I'm just trying to follow up with some other paperwork that I just got um, about a child. So I can tell you about the activity. In fact, I'll just show you my example rather than show. All right, so I had kids do something similar to this. So things that no one else sees. Okay, the me, excuse me, the me that no one sees. So that's what I call the activity. So think about the things in your life that are true about you, but nobody sees them just by looking at you. Okay, that kind of thing. And some of them came up with some really great things, and some were very like reflective, right? Um, but then, like I said, one child did one and is not just reflective. It's like, oh, okay, so this is giving me some information that I kind of need to know as an educator, and that's why we do these activities. So that how can we approach certain topics? How can we teach effectively if there's something going on at the home with the child, that kind of stuff? It's like we teach to the entire child. So yeah, that's, I don't have any paperwork on him. Okay, so a child has, and I'll probably have to follow up with some other administrator, is, did some work that looks as though there has been a recent death in the family. Um, and I'm concerned because this child has been kind of withdrawn. This child has also been really kind of very volatile sometimes. There's always, sorry, I'm just trying to talk over the the communication between teachers. Um, so yeah, so this child has been either really super engaged in class or very withdrawn. So I'm going through the paperwork that I got from families one more time just to see if I missed, so I can get more information here. But that is the real culturally responsive teaching. Okay. I live in the United States, in the state of Georgia, in Atlanta. Sorry, I'm on my lunch break. I'm a teacher. And so um, I just had the kids do an assignment like this. I teach second grade, by the way. Um, and yeah, so part of being a good educator is knowing your students, or get at least knowing your, or getting to know your students. So it seems like um, I might need to, like I said, ask an administrator what to do, but I'm not gonna be on here too long because, like I said, I'm on my lunch break. It's only for as long as the children are out at recess. Okay, and I need to do like at least two other things to get ready for them to come back. But teachers, we can put it in. We do all the things really fast. Um, as a teacher, it depends. I've been teaching for 20 years. This will be year 20 for me. It depends on how much you like kids, like learning, and having a flexible attitude, I guess, as far as like being a teacher. At least in the United States, there's like stereotypes about how children should be and all this other stuff. If you watch TV or the movies, quite honestly, a lot of TV and movies get it so wrong with the makeup of a classroom, first of all, and how kids sit at a desk and this and that or whatever. No, we don't do that anymore. They used to, but we don't do that anymore. Um, so I really do wish that, if there was anybody out there in Hollywood or whatever, you can get a real depiction of a modern classroom. It's not this. It's not what they see, like people sitting in a row and all this other stuff. But there's also the part, I think what a lot of teachers say that's hard is the expectation that they think that kids are just going to follow directions all the time and do whatever. That's not in a perfect world at any point in time. Yes, the workload can be kind of strenuous and stressful if you're in a certain kind of schools, low performing schools. There's a lot of variables in that, with the question that you're asking. So I would like I said, lean into those first two. Do you like children? Because there are people out here that are teachers and they don't like children, believe it or not. And or do you like learning? And how passionate are you about that? So I am totally into that, both of kids and learning. And it's kind of funny where I was going to tell you, yeah, let me end this because I'm sorry, I just saw your thing and I wanted to answer your question. Yesterday, I was doing some observations of reading in groups, and we kind of already had a feeling about one child, like, oh, she's behind and this and that or whatever. But then I saw some evidence that might prove that she actually might need glasses versus she reads slow and what's wrong with her. I was like, so she might need glasses. These are the things that teachers notice about kids that maybe their parents don't notice, or the child might need hearing tests. I've done that before where I've noticed like a child need, like, for some reason, why can't, like, are you just not paying attention or you just genuinely can't hear me, So those are the kind of things that teachers do, Yeah, I try my best. And I'm a mentor teacher too. This is my second year mentoring student teachers. My student teacher this year, she is starting her college this week, but I've already met her and she seems nice. I'm just going to be honest with you. I feel like she might not, unless she really gets into being a teacher, she might not survive as a teacher only because she's already coming in with a lot of preconceptions about students and kids and families. Okay. Yeah. So sometimes it's those people who are trained to observe and notice and to assess to see, like, hey, you might need some glasses, or you keep doing a certain thing and it's not annoying, but I'm just noticing that maybe you might need to get that checked out, that kind of thing. Same thing with emotions. So we also do the SEL. And again, in the news, people are trying to politicize everything, but everything is political, by the way. Social emotional learning. And so what I noticed with this one activity with the kids, somebody is confessing to some form of death in their family. And so that helps me realize that maybe we just need to come with a different approach to the student versus one kind of approach that we've been doing so far. Okay. Yeah. And sometimes it takes like a team, a network of people. So I see Magneticus, yeah. When it comes to like reading, and oh yeah, we did a screener today, and I was asking the kids because I've never done it before, and they had to do it on a computer. And so after, when they came back into the classroom, I was like, tell me everything, so there was that too. Um, but yeah, so I've been enjoying my teacher aide. She's been sick for the past few days. Actually, she was only here Monday, and she was sick the rest of the week. And I'm not saying that she's not a great teacher. She is, but she also sometimes has a lot of misconceptions about kids and how to reach them and how to gain rapport. And like I said, over the years, I've learned how to do it to gain rapport with a student. That's how you get them to learn. I would like to stream more in my workplace because, again, when I'm doing personal development, like being a teacher is being a coach to personal development, y'all. We talk about, like, setting goals. We talk about managing your time. We talk about quality work. All of that is personal development. Okay? So, yeah, all of that is personal development. So, on my channel, at least this one works on personal development in a lot of ways. So, yeah, so now that I know a little bit more about some of the kids, I kind of go back and I talk to them about it. And some of them are like shocked, like, wait, you know I have a brother? I was like, yeah, friend. It's like, some of them are so unself aware. It's kind of funny. But like I said, um, ooh, honey, I don't want to be a principal. I'm gonna tell you that's it's not the best in the United States. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're like the middleman, and you got to deal with angry parents that are angry for no reason, and then you got teachers that are overstressed and they looking at you like you did it, and it's really the district, okay? And you really don't get paid as much more than some teachers, depending. It's sad. Like I see really great administrators that I have, and I can tell they miss teaching, being with the kids more. Okay. hmm Yeah. Yeah. I do what I can, but yeah. Some principals hate it. They're miserable once they realize what is actually involved in being a principal. They don't want to be principals, and I can tell. Not to say that our principals will ever quit. No, um, I can tell they miss it because even today, our school-wide morning meeting, our principal now she's actually giving mini lessons during them, like for the school, like in social emotional development, so that the kids don't have to go see her, okay, in her office. She's like, all right, so this is what we do to respect ourselves. This is what we do to blah blah blah. So she's teaching, okay. You know, she don't want to see them in her office. you know. I don't blame her. I was like, listen, I don't want to see you in my office. What do I got to fuss for? That's what I tell my students too. I was like, well, I don't want to fuss. I want to teach. Help me out, okay? I just want to teach children, and that's what I tell them. Go do your work. And those who get into education in the United States, it does not pay a lot. It really doesn't. Even principals, y'all. Like I'm saying, um, but we do it because we care. Okay, so what time is it? Oh gosh. Okay, yeah. So they should be coming out of recess right about now. But yeah, like and subscribe, all the things. My channel is about personal development. Now you know why or how I got my background in that, because a lot of people, you know, I, a lot of folks who claim to be coaches or whatever, it's like, what experience do you have? I have 20 plus years experience with children in the thousands of, okay, and families and parents and other teachers. I work with people all day, every day. Not every day, but all day. Okay, I see all personalities. Thank you. I appreciate it. hmm Yeah, and I also am a musician. I told the kids I'm going to start bringing my guitar into class. I used to years ago, but I kind of stopped. But I'm going to start bringing my guitar into class. And last but not least, I did eat lunch with them just now too, and we started talking a little bit. And so a few of us like The Wizard of Oz and all things Oz. And I was like, what? So yeah, we might be singing somewhere over the rainbow. I'm just saying. All right. Oh, I see them. Okay, so with that, I say take care. Bye. Thanks for watching and listening. Okay. Okay. All right. Bye.